àwọn single ọ̀dọ́ wa eléyìí o kò tó ṣe restaurant o kò ṣe restaurant o bí àwọn single ọ̀dọ́ wa eléyìí sorry shit. I never go inside an apartment itself. Me till I check it. Àwọn single ọ̀dọ́ wa eléyìí o kò tó ṣe restaurant o kò ṣe restaurant o bí àwọn single ọ̀dọ́ wa eléyìí sorry shit.
Popularly known as Endaba in Kano State, are here to embrace the Amnesty initiative introduced by the Nigerian Police Force in the state. About 3 months ago, the Kano State Police Command invited some identified individuals believed to be behind the escalation of thuggery and other heinous crimes in the state for dialogue. The meeting yielded a positive response as some of the thugs embraced the initiative. Among the 222 repentant thugs, 50 of them drawn from Dala, Fege, Ungogo, Kano Municipal, and Gwale local government area of the state, having completed a 2-month intake training as members of the Nigerian Police Special Constabulary, were decorated. They pledged to promote peace in the state and promise not to go back into thuggery.
I am among the 50 people who were trained and absorbed into the Nigerian police force, and I am prepared to play my part to ensure that Kano is peaceful. We will go around the state and continue to preach peace to the people so as to keep the state safe.
While welcoming the repentant thugs into the society, the Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Gume, debunked reports making round that the police is recruiting thugs as its personnel. He says the Amnesty initiative is only aimed at sustaining peace in the state.
As of today, the police command has received a total of 222 influential youth and are committed to crime prevention duties with the police to fish out violent criminals amongst them, notorious thugs popularly known as Endaba, who over the years engaged in supremacy conflict, Padandama as we call it.
The governor of the state, Abba Yusuf, who gave a rousing welcome to the repentant thugs, urged them to be good ambassadors of the state.
From the day they surrendered, they have been subjected to series of reformatory process. They have undergone lectures from psychologists and other experts in human behaviorism. And by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are going to give them all the necessary.
Popularly known as Endaba in Kano State,
elements, religious, Islamic element in the Yoruba ethnic group, to use them to destabilize that mighty people who have built empires like Oyo and other places long before anything. But they are looking for some weak elements. Like Tunumbu is a weak element. People think he's powerful, but he's a weak element in the Yoruba war. These are the weak elements they want to use to be able to push the Islamic agenda. People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga. And we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim. And I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic group are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. They are even creating billionaires. that eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of the so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are in every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem, for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need one of the most powerful group, which is the Yoruba group. If you don't use Yoruba, you can't succeed. And the Yoruba group is very educated. So what do? You look for the weak one among them, which is the Islamized ones, and play on their religious sentiment. And then you destabilize the country. I can tell you, my friends, you need a revolution. Elements, religious, Islamic element in the Yoruba ethnic group, to use them to destabilize that mighty people who have built empires like Oyo and other places long before anything. But they are looking for some weak elements. Like Tunumbu is a weak element. People think he's powerful, but he's a weak element in the Yoruba war. These are the weak elements they want to use to be able to push the Islamic agenda. People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga. And we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim. And I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic group are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. Because they are even creating billionaires. That eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of the so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are in every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem, for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need...
I would say I agree with the opinion that General Buhari in the last 8 years or thereabout did virtually nothing, and I mean virtually nothing, in our fight against terrorism. If anything, he promoted and enhanced our hardship as far as the fight against terrorism was concerned. It's unfortunate that we're talking about our number one citizen as a then, within the period of the last 8 years, a period which I refer to that Nigeria had no political leader. We saw all the lines of actions taken by the, political strategic level of decision making. We saw all the lines of action taken even from the presidency. We saw how ministers who had business or things to do with terrorists were made to remain in their positions as ministers. One was even in charge of our entire national data. We could go on and on and on. We allowed undue sentiments right from the presidency to be visited in our alleged purported plan or action against terrorism. You could read religion, you could read tribalism, you could read ethnicity, and so on. It's unfortunate. And at the subnational level, We had governors, especially up north where I come from, under that administration, that had all sorts of romance and unholy relationship with terrorism, degenerating to a situation where some of them were even talking of amnesty. It was shocking to some of us. Amnesty for who? You tell me they are repentant terrorists. Repentant from what? We are soldiers. Our duty is not to come here and grant repentance. Our duty is to hasten your appointment with God to heaven or hell, where He will grant you penance. So, for us to be bringing large number of men from the forest who hitherto were armed and taking on fellow Nigerians, then on the appearance of soldiers, they drop their weapon and you are compelled as a professional to take them PWs and you bring them back to us and say they are repentant to what? And then you give their godfathers sitting in government houses to begin to talk about amnesty and even referring us to how amnesty was granted to some chaps way back in the under what's his name? Yeah, President Yeradua in the creeks. It's unfortunate. So now we have a new administration in place. In the last 6 or 7 months, I have not seen a change, so to speak, from what has been happening in the last 8 years. We will hope that the president now is not listening to some ill advice coming in from some elements or people who have sympathy with the last administration to him as to how to fight terrorism. We have an ample opportunity now to change the guard in how we fight terrorism. We should not. I appeal to my colleagues in the military. I understand very much what the rules of international law of war says concerning PWs and so on. I must tell you, gentlemen, if we've got to fight this war and come out of it unscathed and make sure that we don't eventually leave this war for our grandchildren to fight continually because of our attitude, then we've got to face this war and face it with all the brute it calls for. Face it with all the seriousness it calls for. Absolutely. And not to start heaping PWs here and there. The more PWs we gather, the more we are heaping up a reserve force for belligerents who tomorrow will face our children. Well, whether we want to accept it or not, that is the bitter truth.
Thank you for
simple.
The bitter truth as you described.
When you meet them in the forest, bring them down.
When you meet them in the forest, bring them down. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and this is the late night conversation. Very, very important that I continue to say this. We need your support continuously. The media will not be able to operate without funding. It's as simple as that. Many people might continue to ask why. Why do you ask for funding? Without funding, I will not be able to do what I'm doing. We have now got to the stage where we need to scale up a little bit, both on the ground and outside. If we are not equipped enough, you will not have to see as much from this platform. I will be out. It doesn't stop the campaign for Yoruba Nation, but we need to enhance the productivity of the media. Media is all about money. If you don't have the fund, you will not be able to operate properly. Many of you just want to see us coming out, listen to us, and then you go back to sleep. We have gone past that stage. We want to make sure that you're not just watching us, you are getting the feed, the right information, the right source. And this is why we say you must support, even if you've done it in the past. Continuity to support is ethical in any media, especially for the kind of the media that we are operating. Eventually, when we get to probably maybe in the near future, we don't have to come like this. We will know how to source for the funding to be able to operate the media. But right now, we need you to dip your hand in your pocket and fund it. Many of you don't know that. You have to. I could have just gone to bed and I care less. But no, I don't want to go to bed, because this is what media does. Media is meant to be out there, especially in the current situation happening, still unfolding. I mean, many of you might not even understand that if these situation that we have been following in Ibadan happen in UK, I'm not expected to sleep in my house. I should be out there reporting it as it is unfolding. There are a lot of questions. I've seen multiple videos, and I can assure you that I don't have a clue to what has happened, but maybe tonight we can probably share ideas and see it, say it, sorted. That is the language in UK. So when we are live, don't look at it as we are just live. We need you to fund it. Fund this platform heavily, so that I could have my correspondent right there right now, but I'm not going to take that risk when we don't have the funding. So we hope that the message will continue to get to you. There are so many ways you can fund it. You can do the monthly, you can do the one-off, and you can do the continuous donation. And we will never stop asking, because like I said, it is ethical. It is something that there's nothing wrong in that, but I don't need the politician funding. That is why we are coming to the public to ask you to fund the media. I am not a blogger. I am not a vlog. We are a media organization that have reliable information to share with you continuously. And like I said, we will get there. It's just a matter of when and how soon it's going to happen.
In this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state, and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ padà sórí ètò wa ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. À ń bọ̀ àìtídé.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ ìdílé tọkọ ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá, orúkọ tó ń dẹ́rù bo lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o, torí pé bùrà àpòlé fojú kégbodò láyé. Títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń pẹ̀lá, wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n erin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà, ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣe wá lọ́nà mọ́. Ẹjẹ́ àfimọ̀ṣọ àkọ́kọ́ lè débi re. Ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho, Ìgbòho ṣá. Ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde. Ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi, ọmọ kékeré wodò sànyà. Ìsànyà ò ríran bàbá yín láàrin ìdí. Omi kò sí náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu. Ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho. Ìkan ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀. Ìkan ní mọ́ rọra mọ́ rọra. Ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́. Kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí? Ọmọ òpópó sanran. Ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọ́n ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa gbó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́. Bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho. Á fi kọ́ pọ́pọ́ sí. arógún bọ̀ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọgbọ́n àfiṣẹ́rù wálé wàràmùjì ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn oníbomi kò sí mu wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà lójú kò fi rí ńkọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kò sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ìránṣọ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho onírẹ̀lẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán lè bá ń dá òkúta ò ṣe pé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ bó bọ́ sí kókó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ kí tó domi láéláé tó ilé domi Sunday Igboho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilẹ̀ tó kó.
And we go straight into the program.
Tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòmú tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ̀ka alẹ́ àtúnkàbọ̀ sí orí ètò ti àṣálẹ́ níbi tí a tún máa dára wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí a máa wo gbogbo ohun tó ń lọ ní àyíká wa àmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ ilé ìka tó máa tẹ̀síwájú sí i. And I say good evening and welcome once again. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo orí platform dáadáa níbi tí a ti ń stream. We are live on more than 10 different channels. If you do not have notification on one platform, abẹ́yìn pé kẹ́ try kẹ́ make sure pé ẹ follow gbogbo platforms, even up to the MixLR. That one is an independent away from the normal Facebook and YouTube. Ó lè jẹ́ yẹn lẹ́ máa fi mọ̀ pé mo wà live. Ó dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ YouTube. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ kí n get a notification is because the platform is shadow banned. Kí ni meaning shadow banned? In tí mò ń ṣe ní bíbáyìí wọ́n ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó tanná síta, so wọ́n block view yẹn from the source of the social media company through instruction from different people around the world, mostly countries. I am not talking about individuals. I'm talking about countries that do not want you to be liberated. Because when we're about to liberate, you won't have any reason to come and live in this country. You probably want to come here on holiday, visit the British Museum, níbi tó jí gbogbo nǹkan mìíràn lẹ̀ Yorùbá àti so many other things. But you will not want to come and live here for any reason like I have lived. But for now, you will want to come and live here due to the fact that many things are not working in Nigeria. And one of the most important things that is not working in Nigeria is security. When you don't have the adequate security wherever you live, then you are likely to be in danger. So, Teban Wawateriwa lórí social media pé nígbà wo gan ni arákùnrin máa ń ṣe program ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ni kẹ́ make sure pé gbogbo platforms tí mo wà ní kẹ́yìn follow. Kò wá síjọ́ kan tí probability pé ká má jáde ó slim. Tí mo bá jáde physically like this, because this is a live transmission from London at exactly 23:26 p.m. It's 24 hours clock. Into mi ni pé aago mọ́kànlá àbọ̀ ló fẹ́ lọ lù. Èní ní 16. Tẹ́yìn bá ti follow wa látorí X, which is former Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We are live on 2 Instagram. We are live on 2 YouTube channel. We are even running on behalf of my colleagues, the Yoruba Nation Afonja TV, and we sometimes do Imole TV. The reason why we are streaming on their platform is because they wanted us to make sure that Interban Solori platform tiwa, because iṣẹ́ kan náà la jọ gbé dání. That means we are sister broadcast. You will find me on my blog, on our website. Many of you have said it. You come across the blog, you don't even click on it. But bí a torí pé kò ń ṣe tasting kan tẹ́ fẹ́, many of you expect me to talk about Yoruba Nation alone. I dedicated my own media organization 3 years ago for this job. And I stated it clearly because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láàrin ìrìn àjò yìí ni. 3 years ago, when Baba Kitoye told us that we should forget about trying to save the country tó ń pè ní Nigeria, I brought myself in. And I need to state this clearly because mo ti gbọ́ táwọn kan náà ti lọ sọ níbì kan nínú clubhouse or wherever that àwọn làwọn mú mi wá sínú movement. Nobody brought me into the movement. I put myself and myself and myself into the movement. I talk about Nigeria all the time. And I'll just give us a recollection. 2019, around coming to December, there were COVID going around the world. Presently, it is also kicking off again from China, but we'll come back to that some other time. I remember Mumanfun Heritage, Malojoko Sori platform Monigbae as well. So I gave the countdown of the COVID from Nigeria, how many numbers from each of the states. That is for those of you that remember. Along the line, I came across Baba Kitoye video. What was the video? We have played that video so many times, but just for recollection, because Johnny Yoruba Nation bẹ̀rẹ̀ from Baba Kitoye. I'm not talking about àwọn tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní 50, 60, 100 years ago. I'm talking about the 21st century movement. That video popped up from wherever it was, and we got to find out that this was what the video said then.
Been accepted as the 45th member of the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Leader of the Yoruba World Congress, Professor Banji Akintoye, says the membership represents a very important step in the collective quest of well-meaning Yoruba people to achieve the goal of dignity and self-determination.
It is my great pleasure and pride to inform you that the Yoruba Nation has been admitted to the membership of UNPO. UNPO means Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, with its headquarters in The Hague. The UNPO expressed their gladness to welcome the Yoruba nation as a new member of UNPO, and they're looking forward to working with us. It is important because it is a great stride, and it represents a very important step in our collective quest to achieve the goal of dignity in the country in which we live, and also to achieve the goal of self-determination for our nation. Our Yoruba nation now has a voice on the international stage via the...
We now have a voice on the international stage via
machinery of the UNPO, which maintains a permanent presence before the United Nations and before other international agencies like the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the governments of various other countries across the world.
That is how we found and fall in love with such a powerful platform. So if you are not conversant with ìrìn àjò yìí tẹ́kọ̀ darapọ̀ láàrin méjì, maybe you should go back and look at my first video. But it was not even this that prompted me to saying that Nigeria, I will use all my own strength to bring it down. It was not even before this. I'll remind you, even though my Facebook was brought down in the course of this movement, that Facebook was open in 2007, where I was doing my own other activities between the Nigerian community in UK, where I lived for the last 2 decades. I got a video sent to me from Akure, and when I got that video, arákùnrin náà tí ó padà survive, but video yẹn bí a ti bá padà lọ sínú archive màá rí. Nígbà tí staff mi tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún mi send video yẹn wọlé, I thought maybe it was an animal tó slaughter sílẹ̀lẹ̀, so mo tètè recollect pé èèyàn ni. Ó wá pè mí padà pé ọ̀gá, fídíò tí mo fi ránṣẹ́ sí ṣé ẹ rí ni? Mo ní mo rí. Mo ní ṣebí ẹran lọ́kùn sílẹ̀, ó ní no, ó ní èèyàn ni. Mo ní kó jẹ́ kí n pè padà. And I went back and I watched the video. And yours truly, it was a human being. Ni Fulani Shapa. I was in my son's bedroom, okay, and I turned on my phone, and I was crying. But during that cry, I said it clearly, with that will be from my own end, the beginning and the end of Nigeria. I said it in that video, that I will make sure pé gbogbo tá máa ṣe tí ìlú yẹn máa fi pín, tá máa fi gbé wálẹ̀. It was a very, very powerful video and very, very emotional. And I remember one of my auntie, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's a member of the APC. Wọ́n pè wọlé lórí program yẹn, mo ṣe ń ṣe live yẹn, wọ́n bẹ̀ mí pé kí n gbé live yẹn wálẹ̀. I didn't listen to her. And she was also crying. Òun ti sọ fún àwọn Tinubu was not the president as at the time, but he was member of the APC. Pé intern ṣe tí àwọn call attention yín sí tẹ̀ down. Àwọn ọmọ kan máa dìde o, tó máa challenge yín. Àwọn mọ in tí mo lè ṣe from the work I've done within the Nigerian community. Even though we had issues in Nigeria, I was still participating in most of the engagement in the community in UK. I was even given an award. Mo kàn sọ ilé ìfẹ̀yìn tí ẹ ní understanding bí tèmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, because some of you probably never know me. She was crying bitterly. Àwọn sọ fáwọn APC pé ẹ ṣe ìlú dáadáa, ìyà ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn, ẹ mú security wá, ẹ ṣe gbogbo táwọn èèyàn fẹ́, ẹ dá wọn lóhùn. Buhari ló ń ṣèjọba nígbà yẹn, even though Tinubu ló lọ gbé Buhari wá. Mo ṣáà send owó sílé, wọ́n tọ́jú ọmọ yẹn, ìyẹn boy náà. Kódà ó send video sí mi níjọ́ kan. Ó ti marry, ó ti bímọ. It's because not me, but Ọlọ́run ló kọ̀ lo àwa fún. It would have been a dead person. Òun náà bá wọn jà. Ọ̀kadà ló ń gùn. Kódà later mo tẹ̀ wá gbọ́ pé kò tẹ̀ tó ń ṣe Yorùbá níjọ́ náà lọ. Ó rà pé Calabar tó ń gbé ní Àkúrẹ́ ni. Òun ní òun gangan ló ń jẹ́ bí the household father tó ń tọ́jú àǹtí ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ àǹtí ẹ̀. So ọ̀kadà tó ń gùn yẹn, kí ló dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀? Ó gbéyàn kan ní àyàn kan àbí méjì, wọn náà fẹ́ lọ, no, ó gbé àwọn méjì, wọn náà fẹ́ lọ rọ́njẹ. Òun mọ̀ pé Fúlàní ni wọ́n deceive ẹ̀. So ìkànnì gbáwọn lọ sí ìgboro padà, wọ́n lọ rọ́njẹ yẹn. Òun àtọ́ wá ń gbé wọn padà, tó ń gbé padà, tó wá dé kínní. Àṣà wọn ti fi àdá sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ títì. So bóun ṣe ń pààkì pé kó gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọ́n kọ̀ yọ àdá yẹn ni. Ẹ mọ̀ asọ́kùnrin òun dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn kéékèèké yìí, òun fẹ́ bá wọn jà. I understand, but ọ̀ṣà ládàá yẹn gan, ọ̀ṣà káàkiri ní gbogbo bòde, ọ̀ṣà lórí. Ó sì fist láti bá wọn jà, but ẹ mọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń gush, ó lose conscious and they left him there. Lọ́kàn wọn àwọn rògbò ti kú, but Ọlọ́run pa arákùnrin náà, ó survive ẹ̀. Fẹ́ òbí àmọ́ lè mú picture jáde or kí n move, because wọ́n ṣe send ìkíní ẹ̀sìn mi ní last year, Oracle. Bọ̀bọ̀ kan máa ń wá tí máa ń sọ pé kó bá mi kí Guru Maraji, lára àwọn boy tó ń bá mi náà ṣiṣẹ́, but Guru ló ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Eventually ṣá, kí n má fọ̀rọ̀ gùn, we rescued this young man. We sent money home. He was treated and he's doing very well now. I'm talking about 3 years ago. Ó ti ń lọ pé 4 nísìn. So gbogbo time yẹn èmi ti fire up. Body mi ti fire gan pé ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí pé ká pátì pé kò tẹ̀ ní survive mọ́. Kó tó tún wá di pé a tún wá lọ pàdé Bàbá Akíntóyè. So ṣe rí pé kíní ẹ̀ kọ́ boost, because èmi ti jáde, mo ti fire up gan lórí social media. Kódà tó bá gbọ́ rí, I know my mom is watching right now, but I'll just say this. Bàbá Akíntóyè ló pè mí nígbà tí mo ní máa lọ jó embassy. The video went viral. Bàbá Akíntóyè ló sáré pè mí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi George Akínọlá. I think TJ wà níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn, I can't remember. Lọ pè mí ó pé pé kí n jọ, pé kí n má ṣe o, pé bàbá olówó lọ́wọ́ ló ra lé yẹn nǹkan kan. Bàbá Akíntóyè was pleading with me because I was boiling. Tó bá lọ wo àwọn videos mi tí mo ṣe nígbà yẹn làwọn kan fi mọ̀ pé àwọn kan ní mo ti ní problem, àwọn kan ní mo ti ní psychiatric problem, kan gbé mi lọ hospital. Olúkálùkù ń sọ oríṣiríṣi. I didn't care. I didn't listen to anybody. Mo ti Ọlọ́run tí ní mi àti olóyè máa tún pàdé ní gbogbo time tí mi fire up gidi. Inú bíbá náà mo jókòó sí. O lè má mọ ìdí tí mo ní mo ṣe lọ join embassy. Bàbá lẹ́kìtì kan náà, àwọn lè confirm fún yín, ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn. He called while I was on a live show pé àwọn DSS báwọn DSS ń lé àwọn mo wá ní tó bá bí wọn dá tó bá gbé bàbá Èkìtì tí mo bá jó Nigerian embassy tó wà ní London, but I would not want to elaborate on that because I realized later pé àwa tẹ̀lá ní building yẹn, but ó lè ní irọ́ ni mò ń pa nígbà yẹn. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà á ti wà lójú kan tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ because èmi mọ̀ ti fẹ́ ṣe, but I will leave that because that is no longer the case. I was serious about it, extremely serious. Mo kàn fún ẹ ní background kó lè understand pé bọ̀bọ̀ tó jókòó ìtòkọ̀ rárá ń wò mo lè má ní agbára bí tolóyè, but mo push. Ọlọ́run wá fẹ́ fi èèyàn tó tún ní intelligent àti ọgbọ́n àti làákàyè ó fẹ́ fi kẹ́ wa, ó wá connect ẹ̀mí mi àti olóyè Ìgbòho. I will tell you again how that happened because some of you don't know. Ẹ fi pé mo kàn jókòó pé mo níṣẹ́ because àwa mọ̀ bí táwa fi push ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ tá máa fi fa gbogbo yín sí the same level pẹ̀lú wa. Àwa jọ push Nigeria, àwa fàyà because Nigeria ò lẹ́mìí. Gbogbo táwọn rò pé àwọn lè ṣe yẹn wọ́n lẹ́mìí. I've watched a lot of videos and I've watched a lot of documentaries when it comes to Ijangbara, Ati, so many other things. That is not for public consumption. So I knew what can happen and what could be the end game. Economy jini. But the country will go down. But we have a good leader. And those leaders are guiding the movement. Tibani ká jáde ní gbogbo ìgbà ká lọ ṣe rally ká jáde tèmi pariwo nígbà yẹn because I knew that it will make a big impact. We will use that to push. I knew that Tebandro, the United Nations, pé fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation 40 years from now, never gba country kankan. But it is important that we use diplomacy because it's part of the game. Tí international community náà fẹ́. Kò ń ṣe pé ká kọ̀ ní abẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà tí a push the international side of things along the line. I'm just recapping so that some of you tẹ́kọ̀ dé láàrin méjì tẹ́rọ pé bọ̀bọ̀ yóò mọ̀ tó ń ṣe. We are grateful to have somebody like Olóyè Ìgbòho and Baba Akintoye piloting this movement. IRA tó ń gbọ́. I don't know whether some of you knows IRA. IRA bomb Louis kò ń ṣe méjì kò ń ṣe mẹ́ta kò ń ṣe mẹ́ 20 tí bá ní wọ́n bomb, and I want to link that now lọ sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìbàdàn. Nígbà táwọn IRA tí wọ́n sọ fáwọn British pé àwọn ò fi ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn mọ́ kólúkálukú máa lọ́n lọ ó dá wọn lóhùn. Ṣé wọn pa àwọn òyìnbó àwọn rò pé àwọn ní weapon àwọn ní intelligent ọmọ kan máa ń sọ pé àwọn super power làwọn náà bákan, so wọ́n threaten àwọn IRA pẹ̀lú soldiers wọ́n ní láti 1970s. ọmọ táwọn yẹn ṣe fún wọn wọ́n fojú wọn hàn máa bọ́ kò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́ fi ṣe. Wọ́n bọ́ǹbù ìlú yìí ní gbogbo ìgbà, wọ́n threaten wọn, propaganda wà níbẹ̀, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan lọ́ push sí. Nígbà tó máa kù ọdún kan tọ́lọ́run ní èmi náà máa láǹfààní àti wọ ìlú yìí, ọdún kan péré ló kù. Bill Clinton kan náà, the former US president, àti Tony Blair níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn, èmi bá Tony Blair as the prime minister of ìlú yìí. 1997 ni wọ́n sign treaty tó ń pè ní the Good Friday Agreement. Maybe o ti kàwé yẹn rí àbó ìpọ̀tàn yẹn rí, mo ti ṣe mọ́ program lára àwọn program tá a ti ṣe sẹ́yìn because púpọ̀ nínú yẹn kò darapọ̀ mọ́ ni àtàgbàlagbà tarúgbó ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ́ dágbé dání ẹ rò pé eré là ń ṣe. The Good Friday Agreement was eventually signed so that kí IRA máa bá tiwọn lọ kí àlàáfíà lè jọba ní ọ̀dọ̀ England, because àlàáfíà òdodo tí wọn nítorí pé wọ́n fún wọn ní nǹkan tó fẹ́. Now àwọn tá à ń sọ pé fẹ́ gbàlú àwọn náà ní fún yín lálàáfíà. That is why we are seeing so many chaos nínú ìlú tá à ń pè Nàìjíríà lénìí. And tó bá rò pé lọ́kàn ààrẹ lẹ́mìí ẹ̀ pé chaos tó ń lọ nínú Nàìjíríà, whether the proxy, whether it is not the proxy, pé it will eventually go away. It is not going anywhere. Ọbásanjọ́ ti fún wa ní expo, àwa la grab it. If you think that these people will go away, they are not going anywhere. Wọ́n ti ń groom àwọn set ẹlòmíì, and I'll tell you how. Mo rí Tony Elumelu, ọmọ Tony obìnrin bí àkọ́bí ẹ̀, I don't know. Òun àti mo mọ̀ bí a Davos lọ́wọ́, because Tony náà máa ń lọ sí Davos, but òun àti Benin President Patrick Stallone àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó introduce ọmọ ẹ̀ obìnrin sí Patrick Stallone. That means pé àwọn connect ara wọn ní level táwọn wà. Kí ló wá dé táwa náà connect ara wa ní level táwa náà rọra wà ká push gbogbo ẹ̀. Ìyẹn mi pé àní bá Tony Lémelú pẹ̀lú báńkẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a ṣì wà níbẹ̀, kò kọ́ ní máa jẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́. A dẹ̀ máa follow guideline àtòfin tábà ní. Gbogbo yín béèrè pé kí ni the end game fáwa, because some of you were even asking that, Kilawa, what do we want to gain out of this? And I laugh when somebody asks that question. Bàbá tó bí mi, orúkọ ẹ̀, ibi tó ń ṣe dé, èmi ti bá gbé jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Èmi tún wá ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé àwọn ọmọ tèmi náà bí àti tá ṣì máa tún bí, k'Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè tún gbórúkọ orúkọ yìí náà, káwọn tún lè gbé fáà. Ìyẹn náà ti tó. So that years and years down the line, tó bá ń pàtàn Yorùbá, wàá máa rántí èmi náà. That's what is in it for me. Orúkọ yẹn lásán ti tó. Gbogbo tó kù is just fẹ́rí ni. Ọ̀fun yín lówó ń bí ọ̀ṣun this àbí bí àtàbàgbà mẹ́dà lọ́jọ́ iwájú. It's just that. What has happened yesterday that is still unfolding in Ibadan, all I will just say is that it is not clear yet. From the videos I have studied and the videos I am still watching, a máa gbọ́ nínú àwọn videos yẹn, a máa gbọ́ díẹ̀ nínú wọn, kólúkálukú wá judge lẹ́mìí ara ẹ̀. Even if it's a gas explosion, and I use the word even if it's a gas explosion. The topic, Timomoa, I'm again asking, if you have never even donated money to this platform before, don't hesitate to do so. We beg you. We need, Sherry, the funding is needed so that, okay, Olanisin, a máa gbé ọmọ dìde kó lọ sí site. Bí a ẹ̀dẹ̀ needed, kí n kúkú má worry, because ọmọ yẹn ti sùn nísìn, tó máa fi jí láàárọ̀, ó yẹ kémi ti prepare in tó lè gbé dìde lọ síbẹ̀. Because tí mo bá prepare, that means we don't want to see the clear image and pictures, even though tó bá tẹ restrict wọn níbì kan, á tẹ̀ sì gbénu ọ̀rọ̀. This is where we need this funding, because owó ta ná lánàá kọ́ la máa ná lénìí. Èyí tó fi ṣiṣẹ́ lánàá, ìyẹn ti bá ṣe tàná lọ. Emergency ló dé nísìn, kódà ó yẹ ká gbéyàn bí mẹ́ta dìde ni. Ẹni tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ó yẹ kí n máa prep pé tílẹ̀ bá ti ń mọ́ máa darí lọ sọ́nà Ìbàdàn. Because in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn, even if it is a gas explosion, as they are saying, even though Governor gan lè confirm it, Governor, I believe, is in Lagos. Mo rò pé débàdàn padà lẹ́ni mọ́, because àti ń lọ wọ ọjọ́ kejì, ní Nàìjíríà yìí ti wà ní 17 àwa ṣì wà ní some 10 minutes behind. Wọ́n lọ ṣe birthday 85th of Bisi Akande, I guess is in Lagos because mo rí gbogbo àwọn governors tó kù náà. So Ṣèyí Mákindé fúnra rẹ̀ á ṣe máa wọ helicopter láàárọ̀ ọ̀la láti padà sí Ìbàdàn, kò likely pé ó máa padà lálẹ́ yìí. So ó yẹ káwa náà lè gbìyàn dìde láti Èkó kí n move àwọn bíi ẹyọ kan méjì ló wà ní Ìbàdàn but ìkan wà on another assignment so that a lè mọ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, a lè gbọ́rọ̀ tiwa, kò ní jẹ́ ṣẹ́rí nítorí pé ní mídíà ni pé sọ́ọ̀sì tiẹ̀ o lè rely lé lórí. Ok, ìgbà tí mo jáde mo ní bọ́ǹbù, àwọn kan nínú kò ń ṣe bọ́ǹbù, wọ́n ní gáàsì ni. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ó ti di ọ̀rọ̀ méjì. Tèmi bá gbé sọ́ọ̀sì tèmi lọ láàárọ̀ là nísìn, àwọn náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Kódà brother wa, bàbá wa, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, uncle wa, because wọ́n jù àwa lọ, Oríyọmí Hamzat, àwọn gan sọ pé oògùn olóró àbí bá a máa play audio yẹn, máa wọ́n dà pé kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní oògùn olóró. Ìbò oògùn olóró náà ni bomb. He also talked about it on his show, but we are not here to scare anybody because as far as we are concerned, we all know the current situation in Nigeria. So nobody needs to be worried or scared. Everybody knows Nigeria is where it is tonight. It is just that there is no security. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to play a couple of videos and audios. Kí gbogbo wa ká jọ farabalẹ̀, ká jọ gbọ́ wọn, ká wá jọ gbé yẹ̀wò èwo gangan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá. Even if it's a gas, was it one of the sleeper cell or was it just an accident? Gas explosion happened in UK and people die. But ṣé tí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ṣé was it Adoloro? Yeah, Adoloro Eshegon. Yeah. Was it just a coincidence? Or should we just say Anonymous warned us about the explosion in Ibadan, Lagos and one other place, but we didn't listen. Okay. So the headline that we've tried to have there is, do we still have a future in Nigeria? Mo bèrè question yẹn lánàá. Mo tún bèrè lálẹ́. Ǹjẹ́ a ṣì ní ìrètí nínú Nigeria? Do we still have a future in Nigeria? What is the current security situation in Southwest? Kí ni current situation in Southwest? Bàbá rẹ̀ ní fún wa ní náírà, we will take it because money láti send owó sáwọn tó wà nílé. Ẹ bá fún wa ní pounds now, máa fi app, máa fi send it. But I need to send, something to them to be able to move tomorrow, so that we can get our own fact and interview one or two people and work quickly and get what we need to get. But I guess it is important that we should not sleep with our two eyes closed. Or important. I pray for all those that have been badly affected from this platform. We're not going to mock you. We're not going to be able to pull you down. But it is just what it is. Nigeria has just happened to us. Nigeria has happened to us because Omo Yoruba Lawa no. We might be 6,000 kilometers away. But trust me, I am feeling the energy of every single one of you. It gives us mental torture. Tabari tongbe eniti nkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí. The video where ọkọ̀ gbé àwọn méjèèjì sínú bí ìgbà tá ní ọmọlanke wọ́n wá ń tì wọ́n lọ nílùú tó lọ́ba tó níjòyè. Àdé máa sọ pé Ibadan is kìíní the largest city in Africa. Àbí báwo kálá máa sọ. It just shows that Baba Akintoye was right. Kò sí ìlú kan tó ń pè ní Nigeria is a fraud. Gbogbo àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá ta sọ pé ká forget it. But àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan sọ pé no, báwọn ṣe ní future nínú Nigeria. We will try our best to convince you that there's no future. So I'm going to start playing every little things that have come through Koikimedia platform in the last few hours. Some of the videos I can't show you because of the social media rules. So let's start with this one.
This evening in Ibadan. So we've been told that you are on site, sir.
Yes, I am.
Can you give us a brief description of what happened based on the information you've been able to gather so far?
The only way it can be described is that there was an explosion. What caused it, no one can ascertain now. The people that live in this area, everyone just had the noise of the explosion. And of course, the noise reached as far as up to Jericho, Lokmeru, and what. That is to say that it must have been a big explosion.
Of course.
Where we are now, we've seen a crater that the explosion has caused. Of course, so many houses within the radius of 500 meters away from.
Let me pause there. It is important that, you're going to need the pen and paper. Money paper, but you're not pen. So there's some points that is being raised there that we must not lose. I heard the word crater in that interview. Crater. Okay. So crater.
Crater.
What is the meaning of the word
crater?
A large bowl shaped cavity in the ground on a celestial object, typically one caused by an explosion or the impact of meteorites. A large bowl used in an ancient grave. So crater.
Crater.
Anytime Basoro or mention the word crater. Again, what is the definition? Kò sí volcano lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, àdúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. Ní Iceland, in the last couple of days, there is an eruption of volcano. What we have heard that could create this hole in the ground made by an explosion. I'm just reading the definition of a crater. I'm trying to be as much as just looking at Intatigbo, at Intari. I'm not judging of what has happened now. I don't have a clear evidence. But we're just doing what they called analysis now and what we can do to prevent such in the future. Even if it's a gas explosion, there must be safety around it. The word crater, C-R-A-T-E-R, Charlie Romeo Alpha Tango Echo Romeo, is a hole in the ground. Kí ló lè create hole, manhole, tí kò ṣe pé wọ́n dig ilẹ̀. Kí ló lè create? It could be anything, but the most important thing tó lè tètè create, tó lè erupt, if you watch the current situation of what is happening in Palestine, you will cry, because àwọn bọ́ǹbù yẹn bó ṣe ń land gbàgà ó ń create crater. Go and watch some of the videos of the damage of Israel to Palestine. Bomb. Omo. Àwọn send the bomb yẹn láti ibì kan ni. Ẹni tó ń sùn kò mọ̀ pé bomb ń bọ̀. Just like àwọn èèyàn kan ti wà lórí bed tó ti fi sùn nínú ilé wọn, especially in Nigeria, tó bá ti ń di 8 o'clock ilẹ̀ ti ṣú gan lọ́dọ̀ ti yín, because kò sí 25 hours activities ní anywhere nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Everything goes dead latest by 8-9 p.m. and that incident was just almost happening close to 8. Àwọn kan ti reside wọ́n lọ sùn, though àwọn kan ṣì máa ṣe high life, àwọn ní fàájì, àwọn ní tọ́ni bar, restaurant, but area yẹn nìkan ló kọ́ máa busy, and now there's any weekend, so that means many people want to hit the home that was not the one on traffic. So what we are hearing from this man, let's put it back a little bit.
People not know at what. That is to say that it must have been a big explosion.
Of course.
It must have been an explosion. So first and foremost, everybody confirm that is an explosion. Entirety confirm ni pé ṣé gas explosion ni àbí bomb explosion àbí dynamite or anything that can create a crater to then create evil. That is what we don't know yet.
Where we heard now, we've seen a crater.
What ti rí crater yẹn? What ti rí evil? Okay, now tọ́ba náà ní wọ́n rí evil. I mean, I'm just talking now from my own head. Ṣé wọ́n gbé gáàsì síbẹ̀ ni ló wá explode? Ṣé ni yẹn lọ ra gas ibi tó ti move cylinder? I mean, all this now, we should get at tó bá jẹ́ pé ìlú tó ní làákàyè bíi bíbáyìí, kí aago mẹ́fà tó lù láàárọ̀ yìí ọlọ́pàá gbọ́, mo ní right láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́pàá kó fún mi ní preliminaries of what has happened, just the preliminaries. Mo ní kó fún mi ní full sketch. Tó bá yẹ pé ọ̀dọ̀ wa nísìn as a journalist tí bá dé site yẹn, ọlọ́pàá máa allow mi kí n wà ní ibi tó fi cordon sí to take picture and to report from there. Ọlọ́pàá gbọ́dọ̀ wá fún wa ní the first hand preliminaries of what has happened, because what happened on ṣe ń tọ́ máa bò mọ́lẹ̀ láti fi pretend pé it is nothing, because, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Let's go on Seyi Makinde's Twitter handle, and the message coming out from them is everybody should calm. Oh yes, but how can you calm when there is pandemonium, problem tí wọnú ìlú? Hey, ha, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa gbọ́ náà àwọn videos kankan. We expect you to support us tonight so that we can move our team tomorrow morning. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Okay? Ohun tẹ́ gbé sórí official. You can see how these people don't have human sympathy. The last message tó ṣì wà lórí page Seyi Makinde, in the last 6 hours, it was an honor to share the 85th birthday celebration of His Excellency Chief Bisi Akonde. Oh, Ibadan ló ti ṣe. So that means that Seyi Makinde should be in Ibadan. Tó bá ti lọ sí Abuja. I'm not sure why he was not at the scene of the event. It shows that the governor is probably not even in the state. Because they don't sleep in the state. So, where is the governor? Where is Seyi Makinde? Why is he not on the site? Maybe he's gone for another engagement, as we'll be told. But he has not even updated his own official Twitter handle with this event, but the state have done that already. So let's go to the state website, Twitter handle, or your state government. 3 hours ago, update: relevant agencies are carrying out search and rescue operations at the scene of the incident. Residents of the state are urged to remain calm as Oyo State government is on top of the situation. I'll tell you it's a lie, and you might ask me how. Ta ló rántí armed robbery event kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ibadan tí àwọn adogunjalè àbí whatever you call them, armed robbers, tó attack bullion van? The same kind of message was put out, but eventually nothing much happened. That is Nigeria. Let's come back to Crater. So now we should be able to find out tomorrow from the agencies what literally transpired in Tofa Crater. Kí ló lè fà? Ṣé wọ́n move gas ni? Because in táwọn èèyàn sọ ni pé okay, ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lọ́dọ̀ yín irú ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa nísìn tí gas explosion bá ṣẹlẹ̀ in any of this building, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí gas explosion. The moment tí ilé yẹn, and I'll tell you the reason why there is a lot of havoc in Nigeria, in Ibadan yesterday. Ibi by anything, tó bá gbọ́ràn gas, you expect to shut the gas down. Lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀, o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ bí tí gas pipe wà nínú ilé láti lè shut it or turn it off. But tó bá yẹ pé building kan explosion ṣẹlẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ tí wọn, àwọn tó ń supply gas, they will turn it off straight away, because tó bá turn it off, ó máa gbé, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwa pipe làwa ń lò, ẹ̀yin ò lo pipe system, ẹ̀yin ò tí wà advanced, Ìbàdàn ò tí wà civilized, ẹ ṣì wà ní era àwọn ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. So bottle cylinder lẹ́yìn ṣì ń rà, àwa ò ra bottle cylinder níbí báyìí. Everything has been piped into the house. That means pé tí bá pè 999 pé I can smell the gas, wọ́n lè ní kí n turn off títọ̀dọ̀ ti mi. But tó bá yẹ pé call lọ sọ́dọ̀ emergency pé there's a gas explosion, the next thing is the supplier of that area automatically turn the whole gas or shut it down so that kò ní sí more explosion. Now kí ló fa crater ojú kan? Ṣé gas yẹn náà ló boom? Ṣé gas yẹn pọ̀ ni? Ṣé wọ́n kó sójú kan ni? Gbogbo yẹn tó bá dọ̀là la máa mọ̀. Ṣé lè ṣe gas wà níbẹ̀ yẹn? I don't have all this information yet, but I can tell us that this could be far bigger than what we are thinking. But ilẹ̀fẹ̀ tó mọ́, it will become much clearer. So again, a hole in the ground made by the explosion of a bomb or a shell. Bóyá gas yẹn gbà tó explode, ó wá jù rẹ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn, and I don't know. So let's go back to listen to this man.
The explosion at first. Of course, so many houses within the radius of 500 meters away from where we suspected the thing started. Wow.
500 meters away from ibi tí kíní ẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀, àwọn ilé tó wà 500 meters were all affected, badly damaged. And I saw a very clear, better video. Tí NEM video, it was a 4-minute. ó dà pé àǹtí mi gan tẹ̀ ló send yẹn sórí. Let's pause on that and watch this video. Okay, let's listen to this.
Picnic ni o Yinka. Picnic ni o. Picnic ni o ilé mama dúró jayé ni. Kò kú anything láti iwájú tó fi dé ẹ̀yìn boss quarter wọn kò ṣe anything kù. This is our place. Ẹnìkan ló pariwo help ni, ẹnìkan ló pariwo help ló dá side yẹn, ṣó ti rí wọn. Ẹnìkan ló pariwo help ló nǹkan. Ṣó ti rí. Gbogbo gate everything ló já dànù. Gbogbo gate everything ló ti já dànù. This place, wait to. Wo wo àwọn fi mí hàn. Wo. Wo. Look at it.
Okay. Ibi báyìí bí kòtò ni. Kòtò tó ń sọ yẹn nǹkan pè ní crater nìyẹn lédè òyìnbó, because kò sí kòtò yẹn níbẹ̀ lánàá, kò sí níbẹ̀ lórí lálẹ́ kó tó di pé incident yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ gbọ́ fídíò ìdí ẹ̀ sí.
Gbogbo tó wà nínú store, gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká. Yínká gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. 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 Ẹ̀mí la dúpẹ́ fún báyìí o. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Sá? Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. Excuse me. Ẹ wo sà. Ẹ wo sà. Táwọn detective bá dé. Ibà ní ìṣù yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. No, ẹ lọ wo dungeon kan bẹ̀rẹ̀. Yes.
Okay. There's a word dungeon propping from that video. What is the meaning of dungeon? Dungeon. So when we say dungeon, D-U-N-G-E-O-N.
Dungeon. Dungeon.
Lédè Yorùbá, I think tabani dungeon òun náà ni a máa pè ní àjàlẹ̀. I hope I'm right. Ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section. Arákùnrin yẹn sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ sí.
Sir? Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò Yínká. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di rọ́bù lò. Excuse me. Ẹ wo sà. Ẹ wo sà. Táwọn detective bá dé. Ibà ní ìṣù yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. No, ẹ lọ wo dungeon kan bẹ̀rẹ̀. Yes.
Okay. Ẹ lọ wo dungeon kan níbẹ̀ yẹn. Now, what is the meaning of dungeon? D-U-N-G-E-O-N.
Dungeon.
A strong underground prison cell, especially in a castle. UK tí mò ń gbé ó ní àjàlẹ̀ tó pọ̀ gan. Tó bá rò pé underground tí máa ń ṣò yín nìkan ló wà, lábẹ́ underground yẹn ó tún náà another underground, because àwọn ti jagun tó pọ̀, so abẹ́ ilẹ̀ dẹ̀ ló máa ń sá sí nígbà tó ń ja ogun, so wọ́n ní a lot of underground bunkers. Kódà number 10 Downing Street yẹn ó ní underground tiẹ̀, the same thing ní White House, òun náà ní lift tó máa gbé lọ sísàlẹ̀ tó máa lọ jáde síbòmíì. Tó o bá mọ̀, mọ́tò gan ó ń drive lábẹ́ tó máa fi gbé rescue àwọn important personnel. kí ni dungeon yẹn ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn? Because nígbà tá a jáde tẹ́lẹ̀ impression táwọn kan fún wa ni pé gas ni. Up to now I don't have any clue what has happened. I am just doing my own analysis. Tí bá dẹ̀ ti fi lọ sùn, I'll just say ó dàárọ̀. I'm just doing my own analysis around what has happened, which is what, you know, any media in UK will be doing tonight.
Dungeon.
What is the full meaning of
dungeon?
The word dungeon, meaning a dark, usually underground prison, comes from the French word donjon, which also gives us our English word donjon, meaning an inner tower in a castle. Donjon was first used in English in the 14th century. Kò tí sí Nigeria nígbà yẹn. Nigeria was created in the 19th century. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dẹ̀ ti exist as at that time. For the stronger tower in the inner part of a castle. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sára fídíò yẹn.
Yes.
Or to repeat it again, these are the real eyewitness, because tílẹ̀ bá mọ́ nísìn ọlọ́pàá lè sọ nǹkan míì. At least these are the real eyewitness, and in any crime, eyewitness is what makes the real evidence. Okay, this is going to be a lot of traumatize a lot of people. I understand. My job is not to deal with the traumatized part of what has happened. What I'm doing right now is to be able to find out that it is not what we are thinking. That is all. In terms of money, we need experts that can travel down there. If you are in Nigeria, if you can get to that area, psychology, whatever, doctors, move to Ibadan and help our people. Intel ìṣẹ́fẹ́ mi náà ni pé ẹ help èmi náà kí èmi náà lè mobilize àwọn èèyàn tiwa náà from the media side, because if not, I don't have to send anybody there tomorrow. Intabari lórí social media náà la máa tún mú wá fún yín láti máa fi sọ̀rọ̀. And moreover, there's other things that we want to talk about, but this is an emergency. Ibadan is a very important part of Yoruba land. This is what we should be talking about, at least for the next couple of hours. Then tomorrow we see how it goes. But about for any resources, we will move our media there tomorrow. If I don't see any resources, I'm sorry, I will not move the team there tomorrow. I can't. Media is all about funding. I've watched BBC, and I could be wrong. I don't think BBC, I'm not talking about BBC Yoruba, their main headquarters in the UK. I don't think they've talked about it. Neither have all the other mainstream media. You know why? It is not an important news to them. (18 midnight) at 17th January 2023. We're talking about the Ibadan explosion, and I'm just using a video that I picked online and so many other ones that we talk about. We are already 1 hour 19 minutes into the program. I will see how my body can take it. If I can do 3 hours, if not, we will do less than that. Okay, I don't understand why it kept mentioning dungeon. Àti lọ́wọ́ meaning dungeon. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá yẹ pé gas explosion, ǹjẹ́ ẹ ká máa gbọ́ ni gas yẹn nìyẹn ibi tó ti, you know, nobody heard about that so far in all the videos I've monitored. But I am not on the ground. I will not go with anything more than the fact that there is no clear evidence of what has happened. But I just hope it is not what I am thinking. If they can rule that out, we are still safe. If the evidence cannot rule that out, we are already in danger. And you should just go and prepare your mind for that. If tomorrow, ọlọ́pàá bá jáde pé canister gas yẹn nílé, òun ló fò láti ibẹ̀ yẹn ló lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn, òun ló create dungeon yẹn, ìkan fò lọ́bẹ̀ yẹn, ìkan fò lọ́bẹ̀, bí mọ́tò kan ló ń gbé gáàsì lọ tó explode, ó dẹ̀ máa fò, ó máa ta. If they can get us that information, we will be a little bit okay for the next couple of days and months and years again. Tí wọ́n bá ti fún wa ní clarity pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú gas, ó dàbí pé ó fẹ́ jọ pé ó mẹ́nu lọ bíi pé àdólóró ni, then we should start thinking in this direction. I just want to buttress that from this video. I'll continue video to my play, but let me just pull it out for us.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as
let me appreciate one person just transferred 8,000. So that means you can really serious way they want this job to be completed tomorrow, and they've sent 8,000 through one of the apps. Apps to my friend send the kò gbórúkọ yín jáde, but mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé àti rí owó yẹn. We can still use that to mobilize, even though it's not enough. Many of us love to watch this analysis, but I hope you will also remember that we're only going by what's up, what we pay. It will be good to see Koikimedia on the ground tomorrow. Don't know mama so Koikimedia one bill at and this. So I just want to appreciate whoever sent that 8,000 to say I've received the notification. There might be no way more interject that video of Malafia. Let's go back to it.
So there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country.
Now, let's not rush that video. Ati gbodada, but ó ti pẹ́, ẹni tó ṣe gan ti kú, àti ìrántí mọ́. Moving money, moving logistics. Irú logistics wo ló ń sọ? Ṣé gas wà lára logistics, because gas lè lo ó lè dá wàhálà lẹ̀. When we are saying that this southwest, our governors yóò take it serious. Ṣé máa pé nísìn mẹ̀kúnnù ló kọlù, kò dọ́dọ̀ Ṣèyí Mákindé, because Ṣèyí Mákindé wà ní ibi tó ti wà protected away from these kind of atrocities. I know you might say, "Ma link a more Yoruba nation." We still have to. This country is just too big to look after us. And the best option now is to say, do we have future in Nigeria? And if we do, how guarantee and how are we safe in that future? I'm going to rewind a little bit.
One of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria.
It was very clear. Only kan àwọn governor north. Arákùnrin yẹn tó ń bí pé ṣé past àbí current? Only current. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wọlé, ẹ má bínú pé mo tẹ ojú wò yín pé kí n dárúkọ yín. Ó máa ń wá bẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, especially mo máa ń sọ pé àwọn ọjọ́ kan wà a lè ṣẹ̀fẹ̀, but think about serious. Kò ń ṣe pé àárí yín àfojúpa yín rẹ́, but ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń dunni lọ́kàn ni. Kò wá mí pé àárí yín, mo kí gbogbo yín àkójókòó. A kú làákàyè. Eléyìí ò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ APC, kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Ṣòwòrẹ́ àbí PDP. Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ̀ Yorùbá là ń sọ nísìn. Tó bá sọ fún wa pé gas explosion ó sì sàn díẹ̀, bó tó bá jẹ́ pé ìdàkejì ló bá mú wá, á jẹ́ pé a fẹ́ lára wa àtẹ̀mí àtẹ̀yìn nítorí pé arákùnrin wọn ni wa, bọ̀ a sọ pé ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́ ni kò likely pé ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹja continue.
Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing.
Okay, ó tún jẹ́ kó yé wa pé yàtọ̀ sí pé gómìnà kan tó jẹ́ current, ṣé Shettima ni nígbà tó ń ṣe gómìnà ti Borno, ṣé El-Rufai Little Finger ti Kaduna, ṣé Ganduje ti former governor Kano, èwo nù wọn ló ń point finger sí? Òun mọ̀ bọ̀ kò fẹ́ làmọ́lẹ̀, but a rí evidence pé Shettima, ìyẹn mọ́ sọ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní kí Tinubu kó kú, tó bá lọ kú tọ́lọ́run nígbà fún wa pé kó kú, tó àgbọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́run pé kó kú, that means pé a ti gbéjọba Nàìjíríà lé terrorist lọ́wọ́ tán pè ní Shettima, because terrorist ní Shettima, òun gan lè deny ẹ̀, ó mọ̀. Ó lè máa wá gbádá kó máa gbọ́ Yorùbá ju bó ṣe dálẹ̀ lọ, ó dàgbọ́ ní UI lòun ti ṣe tán, kò má ta. This could be even a sleeper cell tó ní kó wá kàwé nílùú Ìbàdàn. Sleeper cell àti kékeré ló ti máa ń gbìn wọ́n, ló ti máa fi wọ́n sáàárín wa. Àní wá mọ̀ pé sleeper cell, àní mọ̀ pé terrorist. Ganduje máa ń claim pé Ìbàdàn lòun ti ṣe tán, and then so what? It could be one of the sleeper cell. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn Koikimedia team, mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, mo kí àwọn tó wà lórí mixlr. Aago 12:00 ló fẹ́ lọ lù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí tí gbọ́ bóyá fún ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì ẹ̀ ń ṣẹ̀tàn data yín ní Nàìjíríà, torí kó ń ṣe kó ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìbàdàn. Diaspora mi gan ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ, wọ́n lè máa mọ̀. There was an explosion in Ibadan yesterday. Information so far says multiple casualties. I'll probably say maybe few people have died. A lot of places have been destroyed. In terms of ilé táwọn èèyàn ń gbé, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa gbọ́. I'm going to try and push without talking too much so that Kali tètè pick up. Kó tó di pé bọ́dì tèmi náà máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé ilẹ̀ ti ṣú.
They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people.
Okay, tó bá ní prominent people, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn rò pé bí àwọn governor, àwọn politicians, ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn náà prominent people ni wá, àkọlówó ni, tálákà Ọlọ́run ni wá, because wọn àmọ́ Yorùbá nísìn tó wà affected nísìn, they are prominent people. Nigeria ni kòkò jẹ́ kó hàn lára yín ni. So who are the prominent people? Àwa náà ni àwa táwa, because àwa ò gbé nínú village mọ́. because ibi tí bomb okay come on the bomb ibi tí ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìn is a prominent place kò ń ṣe inú oko ìlú ni, so they are prominent people. Could it be what I am thinking, or could it be the other way around? Aago méjìlá ṣẹlù èní ní 17th. Thank you so much for those of you that are still with us. Don't hesitate to support the platform.
I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022.
Okay, ṣé mọ̀ pé 2022 ni Malafia ló tẹnu mọ́. Kí wá ló fi ṣe 2022 àti 2024 is 2 years difference. Why are we seeing an attack after 2 years? Because lọ́kàn tiwa àwa rò pé 2022 yẹn ni gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ṣẹlẹ̀, and after that kò ní sí nǹkankan mọ́, bọ̀ irọ́ lápá. Àwọn tó fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn sì prefer pé kó má tẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2022 yẹn kó ṣẹlẹ̀ after 2022. So 2 years after 2022 we are hearing about crater, dungeon, explosion, multiple casualties. Few people died in Ibadan. The question then is, what do we do as Ọmọ Yorùbá? Tàbá wá sí orí program tá à ń ṣépè fáwọn olóṣèlú pé ẹ̀yin lẹ lówó lọ́wọ́. I wish I have money to take care of the security in Yoruba land, but I don't have the money. All I have is my small media empire tó lè tètè call attention wọn. Wọ́n lè náwọn mọ̀ wá, but àwọn ṣì ń wo pé àwa ta náà fẹ́ pín ìlú kí làwọn fẹ́ ní ṣe pẹ̀lú wa. But ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ó kan èmi ó kan àwọn. We don't have to be enemies. Our path might be different, but how does putting security to protect the lives of our people, báwo ni ẹ ṣe jẹ́ ìjà láàrin wa? Okay, ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ ká pín Nàìjíríà torí mùdùnmúdùn ti yín. Àwa ní kẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà àmọ́ ẹ ṣe àbòlé àwọn èèyàn wa lórí. That's what we are asking for. But what ṣe? Now we are seeing all these atrocities happening frequently, from kidnapping to killings and all sorts, until Tatugbope there was an explosion in Ibadan. Let's move swiftly. We might end this program in 28 minutes.
They want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
I don't think many of you understand the meaning of civil war. Ẹni Koiki àti Olóyè Ìgbòho àti Bàbá Akíntóyè àtàwa Yorùbá Nation campaigner. Èmi ti sọ pé èmi ò ń ṣe agitator. Don't call me an agitator. Mo lè má mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. We are campaigners and campaign ni. So if anybody is still calling us an agitator, I will not answer. I am a campaigner for the right of my Yoruba people to get the hell out of Nigeria, because kò lè hold mọ́. Center ti dàrú, crater ti wà nínú Nigeria, dungeon ti wà níbẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ méjì yẹn ó yọ jáde nínú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìlú Ìbàdàn. Àti bèrè kí ni meaning crater, àdẹ̀ ti bèrè meaning dungeon. So far gbogbo fídíò tí mo gbọ́ lálẹ́ yìí àbí lánàá, mo gbọ́ bí kankan tán ní gáàsì lélẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Ṣáwọn yẹn ò rí gáàsì ni tán rí nǹkan míì? Tó bá dàárọ̀ la, we will find out much better. Let's go back again quickly.
Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford.
Àti jókè pẹ̀lú ẹ má jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ ìtókù. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá like òtítọ́. Àti jókè pẹ̀lú ẹ. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa play àwọn videos eléyìí 29 seconds kò ń ṣe fídíò tó pọ̀ púpọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Okay, eléyìí nísìn àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé lọ yìí mo ní lè show wọn inú pickup truck. Bígbà tábà ni wọ́n ń gbé ẹran. Má ṣe o. Àwọn tí okay, explosion la ṣe máa pè. Messed up. Ti gbàgbéra pé sound yẹn loud gan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká so eléyìí okay, a kò lè máa gbọ́n nǹkan tán sọ. Only see people. àwọn méjèèjì Ìbàdàn bá oníkọ́sọ́mọ́ wọn wọ́n ń jẹporó àwọn méjèèjì. Emergency, see people struggling in Ibadan, see people, a woman and a man, see them. Ogbe wọn sínú tẹ́ bá fi wọ àwọn videos yìí àti post ẹ̀ sórí Twitter máa ní Koiki show ẹ̀ àní show ẹ̀ fún yín, mo sorry, but tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter wa ẹ̀ bá níbẹ̀. Okay, a lè show ilé ìkan mọ́tò lè kan lásán lílé. So ilé is just showing more.
I can send to you.
So you can see the damage of the cars.
You can take picture.
So àwọn mọ́tò tó tí explosion yẹn kọlù. And mo sọ fún pé mi ti wo fíìmù tó pọ̀. Mo ti wo fíìmù débi pé tí explosion bá ṣẹlẹ̀, depending on the capacity of the explosion, which is normally a bomb lèmi máa ń sábà rí tó máa ń pack akọ̀gbọ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ ti blow yẹn báyìí akọ̀ máa gbá gbogbo nǹkan ní gbàs. But àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní so far so good, ká fọkàn balẹ̀, kò séwu, no problem. Eléyìí náà ọ̀dọ̀ àpò eléyìí ń pe Jésù ni. We live in denial. À ń pe Jésù níbi tí ó jẹ́ ká ní oríṣiríṣi emergency. I don't know whether they eventually go there, but so far, let's go back. Okay, a lè gbọ́ woman yìí 24 seconds ní ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ.
Sorry, please come again. Sorry, good evening. Sorry, please come again. What really happened? No, I'm not there, but my mom stays in Adelaide. Okay. My sister and my son. Okay. So they are badly injured. The house is demolished.
Okay, ilé ní the house demolished. So ilé ìyẹ́ àti sister àtọmọ ẹ̀, ilé yẹn ti dàwó, but wọ́n ti kó wọn lọ síbi kan tó ń gbà tọ́jú lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́.
They are still in the hospital now. Which hospital are they now? Redeemer Hospital. Beside the small, right? Oh.
You can see why I say it's going to be numerous. You'll be able to watch on different platforms, but find it, feel with Koiki, or your car not one in bed. If I don't say enough, we will not bother. And if we just do, we'll probably just do the little capacity that we can do. You will delay. Èdè tún sọ pé lọ wo ìwò yẹn, ìwò wo ló ń sọ gan, ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbé bọ́ǹbù yẹn sí? Okay, àti ní kò ń ṣe bọ́ǹbù, ibẹ̀ lọ gbé gáàsì yẹn sí. Ẹja gbọ́n kan tó lè náà sọ.
For God's sake, you see that? This is explosive light. This is a big explosion.
Did you hear that? This is a big explosion. So far, gbogbo àwọn people yóò dárúkọ gas o. Àwọn tó wà on the ground lélẹ̀. Kí ló dé táwọn sọ gas tó àwa tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ gas níta? You can see how they try to dilute information. Àwọn tó wà tó jẹ́ eyewitness, because these are eyewitness. Bobby can continue to dárúkọ gas, but àwa tá wà níta àti dárúkọ gas. So àti dilute ẹṣẹ́ gan ni ìyàwó kan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi náà ní àwọn tí bá wa fi 20,000 síbẹ̀ ẹṣẹ́ gan. We will move tomorrow. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ ká move lọ́la, so I move lágbára Elédùmarè. Ẹ jẹ́ ká continue.
This is a vehicle. You see that? It's a fucking bomb. Can you see that?
Okay, I'm not gonna use that word, but it's an F-bomb. Lòun sọ. Àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, àwọn tó dàbí pé wọ́n kàwé dé àbí. A lè ná àwọn ọmọ kó làwọn eléyìí náà. Ṣé wọ́n ní wá mọ̀ yàtọ̀ nínú gas àti àdólóró? Wọ́n máa mọ̀ yàtọ̀. So why are we still living in denial? Do we have a future in Nigeria? Ọmọ wa ní jẹ́ kó ṣe. Àti ní security ọlọ́pàá tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Kódà IG tó wà ń bẹ̀ ní sọmọ Yorùbá ni. Army tó wà ń bẹ̀ ní sọmọ Yorùbá ni. Yet So far, we just accept that I mọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Tó bá lọ jẹ́ ń tà ń rò bó ṣẹlẹ̀, màá wá ṣe mọ program tí mo máa ṣe lé lórí. But for now, I am just hoping. I don't want to pray about it, but I'm just hoping that it is not. But if it eventually become what I am thinking, I will share another presentation on that.
This is fucking massive.
Okay, now they are showing us something there. Because when they say it's a gas, you know, if it doesn't have gas, it will explode. To buy if it doesn't have gas in it, I just pay ilé kan tó ti ń ta gas yẹn ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ petrol station. But àdúgbò lélẹ̀ bá ṣe ń gbọ́. Àwọn ará yìí nísìnyí is because we can't get a picture properly, but the video indicate that wọ́n fọwọ́ kàn kankan nílẹ̀ lẹ́ǹbẹ̀ yẹn. So jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó tún sọ níbí báyìí. All right. Adúpẹ́ fún Ọba Elédùmarè. Mo fẹ́ lọ gbọ́ torí Yomi Hamzat yẹn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa tí wọ́n fi 20,000 fi kún èyí tó wà níbẹ̀. Ó dà pé ẹ ṣé mọ́mì wa màá kọ́ sọ pé Olúwa Fọlákẹ́mi mo ti rọ́wọ́ yín. Ìyá mi David, thanks so much. There's another money through our money kini 30,000, so we're good to go. We will go there tomorrow. Lágbára Elédùmarè, Ọlọ́run aṣọ́wádé ibẹ̀. I will make the team ready and prepare them. Mo fẹ́ lọ gbọ́n tí I guess I picked up one from brother wa Mumbo. Okay, now this is Yomi Hamzat speaking now. Ejagbon kan táwọn sọ. Ẹ máa kàn tó on the ground. Ejagbon kan tó sọ. Ẹ má bínú pé mo pick commenting látẹ̀kan. I will appreciate people in just about a few minutes. Kó tó di pa máa parí ètò yẹn.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tẹ́ sọ pé ilé ìtura kí ni pé bọ́ọ̀nù ni wọ́n ju àdó olóró sí rárá o.
Oh, Kunle Bakers. Okay, that was you. Thanks so much, my brother. I trust you. Oshegun Egbomi, kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ. Ẹ mọ̀ kí mi gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa. Nígbà tí mo gbọ́ àdó olóró, mo tún láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ backup channel team mi pé kí ló ń pè ní àdó olóró. Wọ́n ní bọ́ǹbù náà ni. Ó dà. Ẹja gbọ́n kan tí brother wa Yomi Hamzat. Ẹja gbọ́n kan táwọn sọ.
Wọ́n ju àdó olóró sílé ìtura bọ́ọ̀nù. Àgídìgbò ti débẹ̀ o, nǹkan kò ṣe lè ìtura bọ́ọ̀nù.
Okay, bọ́ọ̀nù yẹn dàbí bí hotel or something. So ẹ má ká mix ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Bọ́ọ̀nù is probably like a restaurant táwọn sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí pé wọ́n ju kankan síbẹ̀ o, but kí ló tún sọ lọ.
Àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé A small ni wọ́n ju àdó olóró sí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o. Àgídìgbò ti dé A small, wọ́n ju àdó olóró sí A small o. Ibi tí ìbúgbàmù ti bú wá àdè yìí ni.
Ibi tí ìdúgbàmù, kí ló ń pè ní ìdúgbàmù? The explosion.
Àdè yìí avenue. Deji. Deji oyè lẹ́sẹ̀ street ló sì ti dún wá.
Okay, àti gbọ́ yẹn, ẹja gbọ́ the second one. Àwọn anti-bomb squad wọ́n náà ti débẹ̀. So tábà wò lọ a rí pé àdúgbò ní incident ti ṣẹlẹ̀ orí street kan ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí street kódà lọ́dọ̀ wa náà shop wà restaurant wà petrol station wà gbogbo ẹ̀ wà church wà this wà the same thing in lọ́dọ̀ tiwa náà but so far tí ìgbọ́ bí kankan tán ní ibi tó ti ń ta gáàsì níṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Maybe tomorrow we will get a clarity, God willing. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ́dọ̀ yẹn díẹ̀ sí. So, even up to yesterday, based on Nti Baba wa brother wa Egbon wan so Oriyomi Hamzat, they could not confirm anything to do with gas. It is already 2 o'clock on the ground, Lọ́dọ̀ Ìwà ní Yoruba land, Ibadan. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So in less than 4 hours, 5 hours maximum, the air will breathe and we will find out more about. Okay, my send account in collusion account details lórí Facebook. I'll send that now. I don't know whether we want to add 1 or 2 voice. Do you want to call in? Probably maybe just for 1 or 2, 3 people. Let's open the phone line. Let's open the phone line. I know it's a bit late. Case 411 says, so Boko Haram don't enter South last. They've always been with us, but they were sleeper cells. If you know the studio number, you can call in. Must send the details in a minute. Safety domain say they said the area is all private residential houses. Only matter gas nínú kan náà, we don't know. Ẹ̀wọ̀n kí gbogbo ẹ̀ ti di bóòlù ọ̀yà mi tó bá tẹ̀ ń ta gas ẹlòmíì lè máa rántí pé wọ́n ń ta gas níbẹ̀. But tí a bá mú confirmation pé wọ́n ń ta gas níbẹ̀, and that means it is exactly what we are thinking. But so far, in the last few hours after Timoshe breaking news here, gbogbo tí mo gbọ́ mo rí anywhere tí anybody indicate pé wọ́n ta gas ládùúgbò yẹn. Ìyàwó Ogabi Kilankoni, they are all residents, so that area is not ibi tó ti ń ta gas. But again, olówó kan lè máa ta láàrin inú ilé ń bẹ̀ ká má mọ̀, or cost stockpile, or it could be anything. But we've heard about crater, dungeon, massive explosion, 500 meters, around only 500 meters away from the incident. But like I said, I just hope it's not what we are thinking. Because if it is that, then the security agency in Southwest needs to beef up quickly. Because what happened like this is that there might be another one. There might be another one. And this is where intelligence is very, very important. I just hope it is not what we are thinking. All the states in the Southwest must beef up their security as quickly as possible. Oh yes, all the Boko Haram are already resident with us. We saw in that video. Let me play that video just to remind us. Thanks so much, Yami David and Kunle Bakers and the other individuals as well. I'm sure we all remember this. I'm sure we all remember. Let's listen to this.
What's your name? Huh? What local government? Where are you from? Where are you from? I'm from Where are you from originally? From where? Kaduna State. I'm Alkali by name. Okay. Okay. With your brother. And you are coming out under what local government? Local government. Do you have a family house in Lagos Island? No. Okay. What's your name? Luka David. What? Luka David. Luka? Where are you from? From Kaduna State. Kaduna State. What local government are you coming out from? Oshodi. Who gave you the indigenship certificate? National. What's your name? Zakaria Arab. Where are you from? Kaduna State. Huh? Lagos Island. Where did you get the indigenship certificate from? I'm staying with my uncle. Your uncle, speak up please. Yeah, I'm staying with my uncle. Let's not connect now. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba.
Okay. Mo ṣe ń rí mọ́mí wa fún mi Stella. Àwọn ṣe ń fún mi ní another development here pé is an earthquake. We didn't even look at that angle. Okay. Ẹ má bínú pé mo ṣe ń rí comment yẹn ni. That would be a very new one. Earthquake in Yoruba land. Okay. We should not rule anything out. Ashati Shema Binu Musharini, thanks so much. Victor Obina, so we break up Nigeria now to save lives. Mokiyawa Ashati Shele Yoruba. Eshigomomiwa Fumi Stella. One hour share Bayo Konsoro, and she just posted that 1 minute ago. One earthquake ni. Okay. I don't want to rule that out because this time last year, o ma pe 1 year tí earthquake tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Turkey. How many of us remember? It's going to be 1 year very soon. Many people died, houses collapsed, and life were lost. What happened footballer cannot kunigbe. We were praying that he won't die, but eventually I think he died. Many people lost their lives in that earthquake. So I'm not going to rule that out because, like I said, what we have just done tonight is just analysis around what could be. But our family, they will try to cover up definitely. That would be very bad if our security agency cover up, especially so that our people will just be aware of this situation and we can prepare. So let me appreciate many of us to our program. We've spoken a lot. Program Tafiwashilale Tele Kolile, but did you see the damaged cars and building? It was never an earthquake. Okay. And an earthquake no man damage okbolokmonkan. So I want to go back again on Twitter and see what more people are saying. Ibadan is still trending. Bomb is trending. So if you look at the two, Ibadan Lowa Loke, Bomb Lowa Nisale, Ibadan is 290,000 K post, while the bomb is 105. So let's look at the bomb and see what is happening. Alright, bombing and link more. Okay, bomb also from now other countries around the world. So some reports are saying it is a gas explosion, some are saying it is a bomb. Really don't believe it's a gas explosion can go that far to affect 5 to 10 streets. Okay, and she gas little up to 5 streets. It depends on how heavy the gas is. I don't know. Elaine, just got a call from my parents that the house is no longer hospitable because all the glasses are broken, ceiling came down. My mother said it sounded like a big bomb. Iyen Arakuni Ayobami at Don de Kojo 5 hours ago. She saw a big red ball that exploded. I don't know if anybody understand what that means. One already in ton to explode. I'm looking at some other ones. So let's go to Ibadan just to get the breakdown from there. Mr. Fabni, earthquake in Bodija, Ibadan. Well, that is what Mommy wa Konsofuma Oshe comment ko tikwe. Wani in town already. There are so many ways you can help. We have the coffee, we have everything. It's about convenient for you. If you're a doctor, please make your way there tomorrow and see how you can help. But that one only the blood donation as well. We encourage you to all go there, please. Omo Konti Sonu, but we hope that they found the child because yes, Sakuro Nule Yakoko Feragbe Arekuro for Mosiles Nule. God help us. This little boy, I'm not going to show his face. This little boy was found around Songo looking for his mother. He said his mother ran to safety after the loud bang and the vibration in Ibadan. His name is Shotonde Cody. I hope somebody has come out to say, I want more. Yeah, let's just say, ẹni tí Ṣàngó ọba wọ́ọ̀dù kìíní kan kò ní bá wọn bọ́ ọba kòso. Àkọ́kọ́ lé ẹ̀mí ara ẹ̀ even gan nínú plane wọ́n á ní tí plane yẹn bá fẹ́ já kọ́kọ́ fi gáàsì sí ẹnu tiẹ̀ kó tó think about the next person. Kó má ì pẹ́ méjèèjì lẹ́jọ́ máa lọ. So I don't know why the mother ran out of the house and left the son. This incident happened again, believed to be gas. This is coming from EONS Intelligence 4 hours ago at about 7:25 p.m. Time is very, very important. They must check everything up to the details. Tomorrow we hope we get more up to date. So Ugbontimori so far is about 4 hours ago. I'm not seeing anything current. This incident in Ibadan shows that the emergency system in our country is dead. It has been dead long time ago. See how they are packing injured people inside a private e-locks and the bike instead of ambulance. Out of 24 hours in a day, take 23 hours to lay curses on our politicians. It shall never be well with them. Also, Koikimedia Twitter. Okay, Reno Mokeri was what happened in Ibadan an earthquake or a man-made explosion? Nigeria needs answer. So I'm trying to see if there's any latest development. Our thoughts and prayers are with you from London, and I believe so from everywhere around the world. we use 1 minute silence for those that have died. I guess 1 or 2 people must have died, so we do 1 minute silence before we go. Elédùmarè kó bá wa foríjì gbogbo àwọn tó wà affected in this very terrible situation that has happened in our country called Nigeria, that has killed many of our people. Your guess is as good as mine. We don't have a country, but we call it our country. It can't protect us. It can't save us. I've tried to be very, very calm because it's also emotional. But like I always say, one thing inside me on the other side, it might not be a taste bud to all of us. That would then make our people know that we are serious. But we are people that are very, very, you know, even if it's a bomb, people will still say, Koiki, Ejaka manage in Nigeria. So I won't be surprised. Ejaka Demobe, I will move the team in the morning. I'll call them. I know they are sleeping now, but I'm going to first call them so that Ito and Bado, I don't have to call him. But I got to move on from Lagos, call it for Wakum, so that we can be able to get some kind of I'll see if I can get the other one to one assignment very close to the area. So I'm going to do that now. So for many time I know it's 2 o'clock in Nigeria. Thank you so much. Let's pray for those back home. Ain't there one late? Emafi taratara kefesun. Be very, very vigilant. Very, very vigilant. That's what I'm going to say. Moki gbogbo ile kan si, moki ọmọdé, moki àgbàlagbà, moki ami, moki baba Kitoye, moki àwa Tọ́pẹ́, moki ìyá baba wa Olúwatóbi Olúṣesí, moki Jack Olúṣọlá, Kunle Bakers, moki ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ìyá wa Táíwò Kíkẹ́, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yẹmí Fátókì, moki gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Ékòó, Mr. Pan, Peter, what happened in Ibadan, please? I guess that was some comment earlier, but I'm sure you got the message now. Just Reason, say, well done, Koiki. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Maze Gold, shout out to you. Daddy Fab, Eshegonisa. Yamolucholani, that was not an earthquake. There would have been a long line of buildings, destructions, and a tremor, not an explosion. Yeah, because Morantikwe earthquake, it's talking here. Every building ma collapse. Moki Yawa Tony entrepreneur lórí Instagram. Baba Abamidele Okanla Moki Isa. Moki Richie Money. Kunle Bakers, thank you so much for those that have sent, you know, their very, very big token so that the team can move tomorrow. We appreciate it. D-Ray said the response was pathetic. The injured were all packed on the back of a pickup truck. Very sad. Baba Wakunle Shita, Aroli Odudua. Anytime I will all Amokin Sile, Yawala Jure Koka, Mr. Bello Ismail Amokin, Baba Watokwe, Mr. Abiodun Monday. Baba Adeni Oluwadamilare Mokin Lori Twitter space. Lori, sorry, Mixela. Odakba in the Kole Wambe. Eshigoni. Any allow Baba must have joined and probably slept off. And when we want some of the program, I'll back with Sunlo. I was still gonna want back with Sunlo. I wonder if all the Michi survive. My name is Michi Pro. Even what was on the program? The party is on the program. Wala Deni, Moki Grandma, Mojade Sonya, Moki Enti Akite Tari, you know, Bubueno Laki. Ijaya, thanks so much, my brother. Mokia Watuani Oja Odon. Victor Mokia. Pastor Emmanuel Togba Moriyimbe only Yoruba nation no going back. Our pastor Tomoye. Tijani Abdubairu, last man standing. Iyami Oluwatosin Ashabi Eshigoni. Mr. Kim. Grandma Modupe Lawa, when I pity Yoruba that are still sleeping, Oma Sheo. Greg, Akim Ayodele, and I guess I've touched on everyone. Adebayo Kikiola Emmanuel. Mom see me now, man, soon Orieto. OLAKUNLE Wambe. Arole Odudua, Egbomi Dada. But mom see me the Bible what time by one soon. We should declare by Mola Matulosun. So, call on back on the book to one Ibadan. Ojulala Confidential. We have sleeper cells among us. So let's end it like this. We will fire up in the morning from the Koikimedia team. Eshigani. Oranyolamasun. Odaro. Good night and God bless Yoruba land. It's a very tough situation. We should not be surprised of anything. We should just be preparing our mind for whatever is going to happen. But the best is going to happen. It will be painful, but Nigeria mark me. It just to mark me or not to mark me. Pastor Mo, Mori Lori, brother Mimayegun, Mori commenting. I was watching the program behind the scene as well. Good night, everyone. The Koikimedia family. Ti babakito etan kaloye. I saw in the jockey Lola. We see if we can do more on that. For now, Ibadan ti gba enimo wa lowo padupe fọlọ́run. Good night. Kagbega ìgbàgbọ́ àti bẹ̀rù ká ṣiṣẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan nìkẹ́jẹ́ tẹ̀síwájú. Ọmọ Odùduwà kò sí ipò ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀ àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. You know what we do? I can close broadcast in layer concon, but behind it, I'm a bo baba wata nife, kolon ba Elédùmarè kó bá wa nífẹ̀ẹ́. Gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń pè, tẹ́ ń fún wa ní feedback, message yín àbá yín deliver fún baba wa Olóyè Ìgbòho, kolon bá wa dúró tì, kó wá pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àtàwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí ẹ̀.